Okay. Oh, hey folks, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Adventures in Dog Training with American Standard Dog Training and American Overwatch Canine Services. Let me go ahead and lock up my shed. All right, we're here at the Home Depot, one of our favorite places that we love to take dogs to proof them off of distractions towards the end of their training. This is Rufus. He's about a 6-month-old Goldendoodle, and he's been with us about 5 weeks now, and we got another week to go with him. We're going to go ahead and proof him off distractions. This is the week we take him anywhere and everywhere, and you'll see why we love the Home Depot. There's a ton of distractions. Right now we got Mr. Weed Whacker over there screwing up our audio, but we're going to go ahead and go inside, and you're going to see all kinds of good stuff and see why we love Home Depot for proofing dogs off of distractions. Let's go on inside. So we love Home Depot so much, that's why we went ahead and rented out our storage shed. Sometimes we have sleepovers in there. Before we go inside, we'll give him a quick opportunity to do a little pee break. We'll go over here for that, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how we're going to handle today's business at the Home Depot. He is off-leash trained, meaning we could walk him off-leash in the parking lot, but that would just be stupid. Because it would only take a mistake of him maybe drifting off 2 or 3 feet, and you could have a disastrous issue with a car. So we let him go pee. As soon as he's done doing his business, we'll get to the business of training. So yeah, again, just because your dog can walk off-leash doesn't mean you should necessarily be walking off-leash in a parking lot with this much people around. Oh, there we go. We try to make sure George doesn't get hit by a car too. So we're going to go through the front door because I'm going to explain to you guys the importance of going in and out of doorways and establishing kind of the mood for the day, if you will. In fact, we won't even go inside a Home Depot until we've established that the dog's, basically his motor, if you check him out, like his motor's really high. His tail's up, wagging. What I mean by motor, every dog has like an internal mental motor. It's a little loud out, but I can't go into the store at 100 miles an hour. That's unacceptable behavior. They're not going to want us in there. So we can sometimes do what's called a parking lot tune-up. We're not really in the parking lot anymore, but it's what we call an integrity check. And we will check in with Rufus to make sure he's checked in with us. Rufus, sit down. Good, that's just a little test you can do. Sits and downs are good. On the walk, if they're dragging you in the parking lot, they're gonna drag you around in the store. So make sure you tidy up any issues you have there. We call it a little parking lot tune-up. If you need to deliver a correction or get them focused on you with food, treats, rewards, or mostly corrections to kind of slow their motor down and let them know, hey, we're at the Home Depot. That doesn't mean it's crazy town. Just like sometimes you might take your kids to, like, I don't know, Disney World or somewhere really fun, and you might tell them before you enter, hey, look, I know you're excited to be here, but I really need you on your best behavior. That's the conversation we're having with Rufus. He's already on his best behavior, so we don't really need to have it. But let's go ahead and go through the front door, because I'm going to also show you, we always like to do a little integrity check at the front door, too. I would say that all the time that you have your dog out, on or off leash, it should be plenty of little integrity checks. You're checking where their motor's at, how high is it? We like to think of the dog's mental motor. I want it between 20 and 30 at all times. Unless they're free and we're chasing a ball, they can go up to 100 miles an hour, I don't care. But if we're on leash, we're out in public, or off leash especially, when we want some kind of obedience, I need his motor between 20 and 30. Just like you wouldn't drive through this, I'm trying to yell because this weed whacker, just like you wouldn't come through this parking lot at 100 miles an hour, I don't want my dog at 100 miles an hour in the parking lot. 20 to 30, right? Calm, slow, relaxed, reliable. Once your dog starts going 30, 40, 50 miles an hour mentally, they're going crazy town, they stop listening to commands. So enough talking. Let's make sure we maintain Rufus's mental motor between 20 and 30 the entire time. Right now, He's like 25. He's excited. Just because he's not moving doesn't mean mentally he's not excited. Now we'll do our little integrity check by the door. Come on, Rufus. And you'll see he gets very excited when he sees people. There's our integrity check. Go ahead, guys. Thanks. Not on me. Just take a picture of the back. Yeah. So he passed the integrity check. My little integrity check was he paying attention to me? Boy, it's super loud here. You can see why we come. Lots of sights, sounds, smells, people. We like to bring aggressive dogs here too. Not when they're full-blown aggressive, but any dog that might have socialization issues. Tons of people here for them to see. And we get people to feed our dogs and teach them that people aren't out here to kill you. It's people will bring you food and love. So, freaking loud, man. Whew. I usually try not even to wear my shirt here because we get, I shouldn't say harassed, but people, oh, let me get your card, let me get your, oops, his prong came off. That's the problem with prong collars is they're amazing, except they are prone to failure. And we'll see why it failed. I'm not sure. Sit. Good sit. It may have come out of the links. That happens. He may have itched it off. This is not typical. They're not really supposed to itch it off. But we'll bend out the prong. So I love prong collars, but they are prone to failure. So I'm going to actually show you now. It's a little bonus. We don't really need the prong collar for him. It doesn't hurt to have on. You can see now the power of having a dog off-leash trained. God forbid the leash came off and he wanted to run somewhere, I'd call him back. We do have an e-collar hooked up too, not using it. I will let you know if we use it. But now it's hard to tell because of all his fur, but we're gonna do what we call double hook. Double hooking, I'm now attaching to his leather martingale collar, right? And I'm attached to his prong collar, so we're double hooked. So that if the prong collar were to fail again, I'll show you that, oh, it failed, I'm still hooked up. That would be smarter. It also, when you're double hooked, will typically take a little bit of the bite out of the prong, which is fine because I don't need any. I'd be surprised if I use the prong collar. We'll see, we'll see. Let me not make a prediction, but now he's double hooked, took a lot of the bite out. If that prong collar were to fail again, which, pay attention to this, it's not if your prong collar will fail, it's when. I don't care what brand you use or how perfect it is. You're gonna put it on wrong, something's gonna happen, it's gonna be too loose, it's gonna come off. I have truly no idea why that failed. Maybe I put it on wrong. So, it happens, right? It's still early in the morning, it's dark in my shed. So, maybe I didn't put it on right, but we'll see. All right, let's get in there. He will not drag me through the front door. It ain't gonna happen. So we may have a conversation while we're walking around here because we're going to be here for a while. That there's some folks that see my videos where I'm taking a very well-trained, very well-behaved dog into Home Depot. And they're like, why are you taking your dog into Home Depot? You are going to mess with the quote, all the other quote, service dogs. How do you know this is not a service dog? What if I'm training him to be a service dog? In fact, when we train service dogs, guess where we take them to proof them to become better service dogs? Into the Home Depot and everywhere else. So no, he's not a service dog, but we train all of our dogs to the level of being perfect service dogs, meaning behaved anywhere and everywhere. What happens is there's a lot of wannabe service dogs out there who start to not do their job well upon the sight of another dog. Meaning, I bring Mr. Well-Behaved Rufus in here, who's not a service dog, but it's probably better trained than half your service dogs. And your service dog breaks your side to try to check him out. That's because your dog is not well trained. Don't get mad at me because your service dog stops performing his service upon the sight of another dog. That's called life, folks. I can get off on a whole tangent about that because people get all their panties in a twist. Y'all need to get over it, all right? If your dog's not well trained, if your dog's not a service dog, a true service dog should pass by another dog and think nothing of it. Go get your dog some more training. Don't yell at me for bringing a well-trained dog in somewhere. That's my little soapbox speech for today. Let's go this way. So the other complaint I get, it's going to be a complaining day. It's too early in the morning. Is people are going to complain that I have treat pouches on me. Yeah, he's still in training. I haven't used the treats yet. I don't even know if he knows I have them on me. Then I'll get complaints where if I don't have treats, they're saying, you're only controlling the dog because you have an e-collar on him. But all right, folks, figure it out. Should I have treats? You want me to come here with a magical fairy dust and control a 6-month-old puppy with no e-collar, no leash, no prong collar, no food, just with magical fairy dust? So right now I'm holding the leash, I'm not using it. I have treats, I'm not using them. I have an e-collar on, I'm not using it. I haven't done anything yet. I think the only thing I've asked the dog to do is sitting down out front. So y'all gotta make your minds up, can't please everyone. He's Mr. Itchy with the prong today, so let's take the prong off.